Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 3, 28, Karma Yoga. Today is August 15, 2023. Today is your nation's Independence Day. Therefore, Krishna is giving you some special instruction to be a Tattvavit. Tattvavit means the supreme truth of your life. What is the supreme truth of your life? That you are eternally a child, a baby of Lord Sri Krishna and Srimati Radharani. And we have forgotten that. When we comprehend that, then we are the Tattvavit. It is very simple to know our constitutional position, which is our mother and father is Krishna. So here Krishna is telling, Tattvavittu Mahabaho Guna Karma Vibhagayo Guna Guneshu Vartante Idi Matva Na Sajjade. Tattvavittu Mahabaho. O Mahabaho, Arjuna, you situate yourself on the platform of the true reality of soul's existence, understanding the distinction between working in devotion and working for your fruitive results. One who is the knower of the supreme truth, Tattvavit, will not be entangled in any of these actions because they are transcendental to both pious and impious activities. In the previous verse, it is mentioned everything is carried out by the material nature. Prakrite kriyamanani. And our role is just we being a soul can develop desires in terms of the identification that we are the human beings. Man, woman, anything. American, European, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Russian, Chinese, any kinds of these identifications are called false identification. We are souls and part and parcel of Krishna. And we have a nature, it's called Swabhava. Everything in this material world has a nature. That is called characteristics or Swabhava. What is that Swabhava? The Swabhava is the service attitude, contributing something. So what we contribute, we supposed to be contributing our service to God. Beyond God, there is nothing. Below God, there is nothing. Because both beyond and below is actually created by Him. Therefore, we focus on the Creator. So our Swabhava, therefore, is to serve Him. When we do not agree to do that, then we find ourselves in this material world undergoing repeated birth, death, old age, and disease. So what is our Swabhava? Swabhava is render service. Now when we do service to God, our own parents, then it is a right service. Here our own parents is Radha and Krishna. And they are eternally youthful, beautiful, never change their body, never born, they never get old age, nor they get any disease. So when we serve them sincerely, then we find ourselves in the spiritual world. Spiritual nature, material nature. The difference is there is no death, birth, old age and disease. Here, death, birth, old age and disease never allow us to stay in equilibrium. Always give anxiety. Therefore, it is called Kunda. Kunda means anxiety. Vaikunta means without anxiety. There is nobody to torture us. Physically, metaphysically, not at all. So, our Swabhava is service to God. That we have forgotten. Anything, any object you take, it has a Swabhava. Take your dishwashing machine, take your washing machine, take your TV. They have their own Swabhava. What is the dishwashing machine's Swabhava? Is to wash your dishes. Washing machine, wash your clothes. And television, show all different kinds of newses, movies, episodes. When you take a microphone, what is its Swabhava? To expand your voice. What is the Swabhava of your part? Whatever you put it, in the part, it holds it. What is the Swabhava of your fan? Supplies you air condition, gives you very pleasing, cooling sensation. So everyone and every object has their Swabhava. And also the soul has its own Swabhava. That is service. Because we have forgotten our real parents, God and His Hladini potency, Sri Radha, we have diverted our Swabhava to so many people's service. If we do not give service to human beings, then we give service to animals. First we serve ourselves, then we serve our family members, then we serve our society, then we serve our village, town, the district, the state, country, nationally, internationally. If you do not have any of these services, at least we keep some cats and dogs and serve. But because the modern education is such, people were not taught in the schools and colleges about God at all. In truth, no schools and colleges are even allowed to teach anything about God. So here, Krishna is telling, Tattvavitu Mahabaho, you become the real knowledgeable person, the real knower of the truth of life. What is the truth of life? God has three features. One is Brahman, which is the bodily effulgence of Lord Krishna. Second is the super soul, Paramatma. The Paramatma is also an expansion of Krishna. Third is Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Bhaga means opulences and one who controls those opulences is called Van. So Bhagavan. Bhagavan's one meaning is that he is the proprietor of every opulences, such as wealth, power, knowledge, beauty, detachment, and fame. And you can see here in this world, everybody has something. You can see the movie stars, different movies coming. They are canvassing how to make money out of this through the digital medias, canvassing the viewers, and their opinions are put into your YouTube or Facebook or something, so that they can inspire people to watch the movies. They are not seeing anything about God and His creations. They are taking everything immediately what actually pleases me. The famous person becomes famous as long as he is alive in that body. Whether he is a cricketer or the movie stars or a great singer or other musicians or even politicians. So they want all to become famous and acquire as much wealth as possible from the world by hook or crook. So here Krishna says, I am the proprietor of the fame, the money, politicians' power, or anyone's power. I own the beauty of a beautiful person. I own the fame of a famous person. I own the wealth of the wealthy person. I own the power of the powerful person. So all these opulences make them to do certain kind of service to humanity or to the animals or to someone. All these opulences support you to do service. Money makes you to do service. Fame also gives you power to do service. Power also gives you power to do service. So everything in this material world is end in service. Every man and woman, whatever they have acquired, eventually lead them to service. So Krishna is telling here, Tattvavitu Mahabaho. Try to understand the absolute reality in truth so that you can engage your body in the service. So Bhagavan means one who possesses all opulences. What we have, little beauty, little power, little fame, little wealth, little knowledge, little detachment, all are belong to Him. So therefore, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, Vadanti tattvattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanedi sabdyate. The absolute truth has three features, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. And in Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly mentioned by Srila Vyasadeva, Bhagavan Uvacha, not Krishna Uvacha. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna, but you don't see Krishna Uvacha, Bhagavan Uvacha. Why? Because Krishna is Bhagavan. A devotee of Lord Sri Krishna knows that he is eternally servant of Krishna. And becoming servant of Lord Krishna is the highest position in the universe. Just like a president or prime minister's servant is not an ordinary position. Therefore, the Tattvavit means one who knows that he is the servant of the absolute Godhead. That Tattvavit never indulges his mind and senses in material activities or seeking material pleasures. because he knows everything he sees in this material world is emanating from the Supreme Godhead. So therefore, he does not take pleasure in any of those material objects or material activities. And he is only concentrating in the service of the Lord. And all of you also can do that if you wish. The devotional service to that personality of Godhead is the best method to control our mind and senses. It is very easy. Simply by engaging in the service of the Lord, this mind and senses will be under your control. Simply engaging in the service. You don't need to even know so much details about that service. You become so pious. Srinvadam swakadaha Krishna punya shravana kirtana. Even engaging your ear in the punya shravana of Lord Sri Krishna or the pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna. Hridayandasto hi abhadrani. The Bhadra and Abhadra. Bhadra means auspicious, Abhadra means inauspicious. All these things will be vanished from the region of the heart. Hridayandasto hi abhadrani. The dust is accumulated so much, it only demands, give me more, give me more, give me more material things, give me more material things. These are called abhadra. Whether it is a eating facility or whether it is a sleeping facility, whether it is a mating facility or whether it is a defending facility. Give me more, give me more. So, Hridayandasto hi abhadrani. So he can clean the heart simply by hearing the pastimes of the Lord and voluntarily doing some service by going to the nearest Krishna temple. Nobody comes here because they are all busy engaging the same service attitude in Maya's service. So, this is what the scripture says, to control our mind and senses and channelizing to the right thinking, willing and working. One has to start up the process of devotional service after knowing the truth of life, Tattva Ved. One must engage in the service of the Lord at any conditions of their life. There can be terminal diseases. There can be financial breakdowns. There can be loss of children or your relatives. There can be many other inconveniences in your life. Doesn't matter what your situations were. You continue to serve the Supreme Lord. That is called you are situated in your constitutional position, which is called devotional service. The service in the temple, wherever Radha and Krishna resides, Vishnu resides, Sita Ram resides, is the house of God. So rendering any service to the Supreme Person, cleanse your heart. Hridayandasto hi abhadrani. Vitunodi suhrit sadam. Because you are engaged in his service, he cleanses. Vitunodi. Why? Because he is the suhrit, friend of Sadam, that devotee. Who is Krishna. So, such service to the Supreme Lord brings Shanti, serene. That equilibrium helps you to control your senses and sense objects from the unwanted desires and objects in this world. That is called Krishna Yoga. Here the Lord is telling that by controlling guna guneshu from the senses and sense objects, improper services, being situated in perfect knowledge and engaging your working attitude in the service of the Lord. Guna guneshu vartande idi matva na sajjade. You will not be entangled in the karmic reactions. Let Prakriti execute whatever she wants. By becoming engaged in Krishna Yoga, you are going above the Prakriti. Exactly like in Kailas, Lord Shiva goes above the cloud when there is a monsoon season in Kailas. He goes and lives above the cloud, so there won't be any rain. Like that, holding on to the Supreme Lord's service, we can also go beyond the actions and reactions of this material nature. Just holding a dog's tail, you cannot cross the Indian Ocean or Pacific Ocean or Atlantic. Not possible. So having your method of worship may not help us to cross the ocean of material sufferings. Death, birth, old age, disease, that is not enough. That is exactly like holding the dog's tail. You are trying to cross the ocean. Similar puny service attitude, whether you give to the human society or to the animal kingdom, or nationally or internationally, or altruistically or philanthropically, or any method of service, according to Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, you are trying to cross over the material ocean by catching a dog's tail or boarded in a stone boat. The stone boat never float, is going to sink. Don't board in a stone boat which will drown you very shortly. So our method of worships and thinking about God and everything is very much limited. It will not produce our desired results. Therefore, go according to the instruction given in the Shastra by the Supreme Lord Himself. That is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and sadhus who became expert after studying that scriptures. They are called walking encyclopedias. You can ask spiritual questions. They will answer you from the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And that will quench your spiritual thirst, which is hankering for limitless happiness, everlasting happiness. Krishna Yoga can guarantee you complete satisfaction and happiness, and no anxiety whether you have something or you don't have something. Never drown you, submerge you into the ocean of miseries and anxieties. Not at all. This is the method given by all the sages, by all the demigods, and every wise man, even if they may not know Krishna is God, but they never advertise for material objects will ever make you happy. Come to the spiritual platform. Come to the spiritual platform. Even though they may have a blurry look upon the Supreme Lord, but the Supreme Lord is very clear in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is what Tattvavittu Mahabaho, become a knowledgeable person and get rid of the senses and sense objects seeking for material varieties. And in this way, you will be disentangled while you are in this material world. That's what Krishna is trying to say. Thank you very much.